Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you
really?
have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, like...
Almost like it was a challenge, what really surprised me was discovering how close Ashton Kutcher and Diddy were. I had no idea they'd been friends for years. Ashton was actually a regular at Diddy's parties, often spotted at these exclusive events. Their friendship was much tighter than most people realized, with Ashton frequently attending Diddy's famous gatherings. Let's break it down. Ashton has been friends with Diddy since 2003, and in 2019 during an interview when he was asked about Diddy's parties, he said, "Well, there's a lot I can't tell considering what Diddy's being arrested for. We might just have an idea. His first case with Mealy's was when she was 14. And he was 20 now. There was rumors that he didn't know her age, but apparently, the cast was very aware of her age. The directors I'm sure when Ashton was living it up with Diddy back in the day he never expected." It seems like Ashton Kutcher's past associations with Diddy are coming back to haunt him, and his career is now feeling the impact. Many people close to Ashton apparently saw trouble coming from his connection to Diddy and warned him about the risks. His ex-wife, Demi Moore, was reportedly one of the most vocal about it. Demi and Ashton were married from 2005 to 2013, and sources say she made a serious effort to keep him grounded and out of situations that could damage his reputation.
Been friends with Diddy since 2003, and in 2019, during an interview when he was asked about Diddy's parties, he said, "Well, there's a lot I can't tell. Considering what Diddy's been arrested for, we might just have an idea. His first case with Mila Kunis was when she was 14, and he..."
She was said to be concerned about the crowd he was surrounding himself with, especially the wild party scene tied to Diddy. Demi allegedly tried to steer him away from that lifestyle, recognizing how damaging it could be both personally and professionally. Despite her efforts, Ashton seemed drawn deeper into the flashy Hollywood circle Diddy was known for. Now, as more disturbing allegations surface, it appears Demi's concerns were well-founded. The situation serves as a reminder of how choices in the spotlight can have lasting consequences, no matter how famous or successful someone may be. Him getting into compromising situations at those Diddy parties. He loves so much. Diddy himself once revealed that it was when Demi came into Ashton's life that he and Ashton stopped partying like animals together. In a 2010 Time essay, Diddy reminisced on the good old days before Demi came into the picture for a while with Jamie Foxx. "We were a rat pack hanging out going to clubs. I remember one night he was with Demi maybe for the first time, and a couple of weeks later he called to tell me he was in love. That was the end of." Before Ashton Kutcher got involved with Demi Moore, he was deeply wrapped up in Diddy's wild party lifestyle. He wasn't just attending high-profile industry events, but was often seen at Diddy's exclusive mansion after-parties, where things reportedly got out of hand. These gatherings were known for extreme excess, with rumors of questionable behavior that blurred ethical lines. The parties weren't just wild, they allegedly involved some disturbing elements. Young girls, barely of legal age, were reportedly brought in as entertainment, and the vibe often pushed moral boundaries. Ashton was said to be right in the mix, partying alongside Diddy without much concern for the consequences. When Ashton married Demi Moore in 2005, things changed. Demi, known for her calmer lifestyle, reportedly tried to rein in Ashton's partying habits, hoping to keep him away from Diddy's influence. Despite her efforts, Ashton's past involvement in those controversial scenes still haunts his public image today, especially as more troubling stories about Diddy come to light. The resurfacing of these stories has sparked conversations about celebrity excess and accountability, with fans questioning how far the entertainment industry has allowed reckless behavior to go unchecked. Everyone's drinks with substances that made them lose their inhibition and get down with whatever. Ashton was neck deep into this lifestyle before Demi started putting her foot down and letting him know she wasn't here for all that. According to a source close to them, Demi did everything she could to keep Ashton out of compromising and tempting situations. And that definitely kept him away from these crazy situations you're hearing about in Diddy's case. This insider believed Ashton owed Demi gratitude for keeping him on a short leash during his indulgent years of endless partying with Diddy. According to the source, Demi was never one for the celebrity party scene. They claimed Demi and Ashton had a vibrant love life when they were together for sure, and it didn't involve group situations. And it didn't involve a lot of celebrity partying either. They then added, sure, Demi has to tolerate Ashton's friendship with a complete lowlife Danny Masterson, but that was a relationship that predated her even meeting Ashton. I don't think she ever allowed him to get as. Diddy's famous parties have always been the stuff of celebrity gossip, but recent revelations have taken things to a much darker level. When federal agents raided his properties, they reportedly discovered hidden cameras recording everything that went down at these exclusive events. Even more shocking, some of the footage showing celebrities partying out of control has allegedly surfaced on the dark web. One of the biggest names linked to these tapes? Ashton Kutcher. According to reports from the New York Post, time-stamped photos and videos from Diddy's parties clearly show Ashton having a wild time. What started as stories about over-the-top celebrity nightlife now feels far more disturbing. The nature of these gatherings, combined with the leaked footage, has sparked serious conversations about personal accountability and what really went on behind closed doors. This scandal has left fans questioning just how involved some stars were, and whether even more shocking secrets are yet to be revealed. As the investigation continues, the truth behind Diddy's parties seems to be unraveling, and it's getting harder for those involved to stay out of the spotlight. Leaked files: these parties used to go down hours after a major industry event. When the people who weren't initiated into those circles had gone home, one of the videos the Post received was from an afterparty from the 2005 MTV VMAs hosted by Diddy. The video opens with a bunch of celebrities hanging out together at the party. Some of the celebrities were actress Eva Longoria, Fergie, ICT, Quincy Jones, NASCAR's Jeff Gordon, and Paris Hilton. After some time, the party toned down and some of the celebrities' the night seemed to take a turn as the party moved from Space nightclub to Diddy's Miami mansion. As the high-profile celebrities started to leave, they didn't realize what was coming next. The vibe changed completely. What had started as a glamorous event soon turned into something darker. By the time most of the famous faces had gone, the crowd was replaced with young, fit men and women, many of whom were dressed in revealing clothes. The mood shifted from celebratory to chaotic. Things took an even more disturbing turn when footage surfaced from that night. It allegedly showed two white men taking turns with a young black woman who appeared out of it, with white powder visible around her nose. And through all this, Diddy was still present, watching everything unfold. This footage, if real, has sparked serious questions about what actually happened behind closed doors at these parties. As more details come out, people are left wondering about consent, exploitation, and the troubling undercurrent of celebrity culture. What do you think about all this? Let us know in the comments. It's a conversation we can't ignore. Watched in the background wearing a shirt that said "God is the greatest," which he was photographed in later that night. In another clip from that night, a couple had very loud X on a table as a group of well-dressed people stood around. Allegedly, there's also a clip in there where Diddy is seen having X with a much younger male A-list star. But it gets worse. Diddy was really wilding out at these parties, and it seemed like these ones were extra wild enough.
The experience the past 10 days is really unprecedented in my career, at least. We represent thousands of survivors of it, and never, ever in a 10-day period have we seen over 3,000.
Another one of the leaked files contained videos from a Diddy freak-off held during Super Bowl 39 weekend in February 2005. Diddy threw an infamous party in Jacksonville, and some well-known celebrities were there, including Ashton Kutcher, Ashlee Simpson, and Joe Francis, the founder of Girls Gone Wild. But what started as a regular event quickly took a darker turn. The party moved from the main venue to Diddy's private mansion, and things got out of hand. In one video, two men are seen engaging in intimate acts while others laugh in the background. As the night continued, it appears that Diddy himself got involved and even filmed the disturbing moments. These videos have raised serious questions about what actually happens at Diddy's parties and have sparked a lot of talk about the dark side of these exclusive celebrity events. People are now wondering how far the party scene...
Although these are, in fact, individual cases, there is a common theme, an MO, if you will. Typically, the victim is lured into a situation where he or she is given a drink. Typically, that drink, reported by...
really goes behind closed doors and what went down at those parties. From his point of view, while he appeared to have relations with a woman, now if you'll recall, it was at a similar party that Diddy and Jay-Z allegedly sat at a 13-year-old girl in that explosive lawsuit that's been making the rounds, except that time it was Diddy's 2000 MTV VMAs after party according to court documents. The girl was driven to Diddy's residence after Diddy's driver told her she was exactly the kind of girl Diddy was looking for at the party. She was given something to drink that made her feel woozy and lightheaded, so she found a bedroom to rest for a while. While she was resting, Diddy allegedly entered the room with Jay-Z, and an unnamed female celebrity entered the room and Diddy told her, "You're ready to party." She claimed that Diddy and Jay-Z then proceeded to undress her before having their way with her. She was able to escape after the attack to a nearby gas station, where she called her father to come pick her up. Now both Jay-Z and Diddy have denied any such incident happening. In fact, they claimed that It's shocking to think that many of the people accused weren't even at the party when it all went down, but with everything that's come to light about
Coming to the after party tonight.
Yeah! Good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say,
Diddy's alleged wild Hollywood parties, it's not too surprising. More and more people are coming forward, claiming they were victims of some seriously troubling incidents at these events. One attorney, Tony Busby, who's representing over 100 of these victims, says his law firm gets hundreds of calls daily from people who say they were harmed at one of Diddy's parties. The past 10 days have seen a huge wave of people sharing their stories, making it clear that there are serious issues that need to be addressed. Is really unprecedented in my career at least. We represent thousands of survivors of and never ever in a 10-day period have we seen over 3,000 people come forward, or we've confirmed and decided to investigate and represent 120 people. While we're continuing to work through another 100+ cases to prove them up, to validate what has happened here and to hold those that are responsible accountable. And so, like Tony said, we've set this up. It's 800-27474. In many of the cases, the victims were young people who were either trying to break into the industry or build up their careers. The common theme
He
in
might lie on his friends. You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people.
Imagine this: you're at a party, having a good time, but then you're handed a drink. What you don't know is that drink is spiked with something that takes control of you. Once it hits, things start to spiral. You're passed around, and people watch as you become a part of their twisted game. When it's over, you're left feeling lost, confused, and hurt, trying to make sense of what just happened. But here's the kicker: when you try to speak up and tell someone about it, you're told to keep quiet. Some even go as far as threatening you with harm or money problems if you don't stay silent. It's a sad reality for many who find themselves trapped in these awful situations, too scared to ask for help because of the power dynamics at play. What are your thoughts? Have you heard of similar stories? Let's talk about it in the comments. Repercussions or bodily harm. Word on the street is that Ashton was aware of all this, and the close ties between him and Diddy have made people seriously suspicious of him. I would imagine as we speak here there are a myriad of people who are very nervous. You can't hide skeletons in the closet, close it forever. I would expect there are many people out there right now who are desperately searching their memories as they delete their text and data. I mean, here is Ashton and Diddy being creepy with a 13-year-old actress who they later invited to an after-party that same night. After party, yeah, good, you're doing so good. I just want to say MC Ashton Kutcher and Diddy have been friends since the early 2000s. They struck up a friendship after they met on a show called
Party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one...
And they've been tight ever since then. Their friendship has evolved both personally and professionally over the years. They both worked with MTV when Diddy was on Making the Band and Ashton was on Punk D. They've also been there for each other through the ups and downs of their Ashton Kutcher and Diddy's friendship has been full of ups and downs, with both supporting each other in big ways. For example, in 2007, Ashton helped Diddy launch his Unforgivable fragrance in New York. Then, in 2010, when Time magazine named Ashton one of the world's most influential people, Diddy showed his love back with a heartfelt message. He described Ashton as a sounding board and compared their bond to yin and yang. While Diddy is known for being loud and in your face, Ashton has always been the cool, calm, and collected one. However, what many don't know is that there have been some shady business dealings between the two. Although they appeared to be supportive friends on the surface, their relationship may have involved more than just business ventures and public events. The question is, what's really been going on behind closed doors, and what do we still not know about their connection? Stay tuned, as more layers of their story are bound to unfold. Especially those industry parties where all sorts of crazy things happen. What you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher is worried that Diddy might lie on his friends, you heard about that. But that's what I've been saying. I said if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he had some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he is able to get that information to them, but they got to want it, and Ashley him was. They were real tight one time, me him. Let's dive into it. So, Ashton Kutcher, who you probably know from his roles in
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so
in Hollywood, has had some close ties with Diddy over the years. One time, he went to a Nets game where he met Jay-Z, and the two hit it off right away. But here's the big question. Could Diddy really be involved in all these shady situations that people are talking about? It's a little hard to believe.
Alright guys, the rumor is that Ashton and Mila have separated in preparation for all of the dirt that's about to surface involving Ashton at the Diddy parties. Diddy, Ashton,
his wife Mila Kunis allegedly stopped him from associating himself with Diddy in public. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis getting divorced. Alright guys, the rumor is that Ashton and Mila have separated in preparation for all of the dirt that's about to surface involving Ashton at the Diddy parties. Diddy, Ashton, Mila, Demi Moore, Danny Masterson. There's so much to all of this, so stay with me. Let's start. In 2002 with the Rose O'Donnell interview when she was 14 when we started the show, I was like 19 right, and they were like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in the scene. And I'm like thinking like slight say that's probably your first kiss ever, right? He was my first kiss. Why some a bet you made with Danny about our first kiss? I've never kissed a guy, so I mean you know Ash was attractive and I was a 14-year-old little girl and I was extremely scared for my life. Then Danny goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What, when you to stick your tongue in my mouth or somewhat? No, $10. You're making it sound like it was like really okay, Dan. We had a little side B going, which was answer whether or not you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend. You would use talk. First of all, Ashton said he was like 19. No, he was 20 when I ref second at one point. He claimed he didn't know Mil's age at the time of filming that kiss. That's why he has allegedly been SUBP needed to come and testify in Diddy's case. If this is true, it also explains why Demi Moore chose now to drop her 2 cents on the issue. Clearly the noose is tightening around Diddy's neck and his friends who used to party with him are getting caught in the middle of it. But do you guys think Ashton will end up testifying against Diddy, or do you think he'll be a bro and cover up for him? Let's hear your comments down below, and if you need more stories like this, check out this next video.